Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm really excited, as I always am, to bring this video to you because I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm really sorry. And we're almost at 1,000. This is so crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the comments, all the likes, all the subscribers that have brought me this far. And that one absolute Chad that is subscribed to my Patreon and receives... Oh my god, Snapchat. And receives all of these textures, not all these textures, but all these projects that I do with the textures on Patreon for just $2.50 a month. So, without further ado, let's jump in. And also, go follow me on Instagram. Yes, go follow me on Instagram. I inform you guys on Instagram when I have like problems with uploading or something, so I can inform you better. And it's best to have all you guys over there so you can see. So anyways, let's actually jump in right now. So I'm going to open up our Blender and delete these two, the cube and the light. And we want to get a UV sphere here, which we are going to apply a modifier to, which is going to be the subdivision surface. And we're going to right click, shade smooth. And then we want to position our camera so it's facing it. So we want to come here, just line it up as best as you can. Press Ctrl Alt and 0 to line up your camera. Then go click on your camera here and go. I'll check properties and just round these so they fit. Just make it so it's perfectly lined up. There you go. This goes to 0. This goes to 0. And now we can zoom in here. Oh, that's close enough. And now we want to start texturing it. And this is a really easy texture setup. We're going to make the bump map ourselves, everything. So just set up your shader editor and actually put this to cycles because, not to cycles, to Octane because I keep forgetting that all the time. And we want to make a new texture. Call it planet. Yeah, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it that. So, planet, we have that. And we also want to call this planet, because we're going to have multiple layers. So, multiple objects layered on top of each other. So, glossy material, we want to get rid of that and get a diffuse material. So, and this texture here, the Cirrus fictional texture we have here, the planet texture, I got this from this page right here, Solar System Scope. They are amazing. They make the best textures you can ever think of. So what you want to do is you want to come down here where it says, where is it actually? Where is it? Is it this button? Is it this button? I don't think it's that button. Where are the textures? There they are. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until they load. There we go, solar textures. So up here on Explorer, you can see the textures. You're going to hit them up. And you see, we have all these textures for free in at least 2K resolution. It's all the planets. From Neptune to Mercury. We have everything here. So, we also have Earth, some HDRIs, and the Moon, and the Sun, actually. And we have fictional. And yeah, so what we want to do is, we just want to download one of these. Whatever one you want, you can get Jupiter, Saturn, anything. I went for Ceres right here. And then what you want to do if you have this downloaded, drag it in. Go. So the Ceres fictional this texture is going to be or diffuse. Sorry. So right here, we have the texture. Perfectly mapped on our planet, actually. Yeah. Okay, just ignore the top. Ignore what I've said. Ignore the top. Anyways, so we have our planet here. And what we now want to do is we actually want to enable the camera imager so we can see what is going on better. Yeah. Can now just scroll, zoom in here. We want to make ourselves our own bump map. So what we want to do is we want to get a color correction. Plug this Cirrus fictional into the texture, and this color this saturation. Sorry, this saturation. You want to put that down to 0, and then this color correction, the out text, put that into bump, And you'll see it will get a lot of bumps. You can also put this into where is it? Normal, I think. No, don't put it into the normal. Don't put it into normal. Just put it into the bump. And to just play around with the bump a little more, because it's a little bit too much bump in my opinion. What you can do is you can get a mixed text right here. Put that there. Color correction texture is going to go in texture 1. And the output is going to go into bump. And then we can, the amount here, so 0 is full bump map and 1 is nothing. So we can play around with this. We get a little bit of bump and quite like that actually. That is enough bump for me. So just like that. We have So we have our planet here. So what we can now do is start adding our atmosphere. So how we do that is we click on the planet. We actually don't want to add our atmosphere yet. We want to add our clouds. So the clouds we're going to add really easily. It's just taking this planet, pressing Shift D to duplicate it. Then, if you accidentally moved it, like me, you can press right click to just snap it back. And then you want to actually go to the scaling properties and you want to scale this up by the smallest tad. Like, just put a 1. Actually, just take this here, take them all, and just put a 1 behind it. Enter. That's it. That's how much you want to scale it. That might even be a little bit too much, so I'm just going to put 0.5. There we go. So you just want to really, 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 really small, a little bit bigger. So on this one, select the outer one, and you can hit this little 2 here to make a second texture, a copy of this texture. You can call this clouds. Also call this clouds. And now we can get rid of all of these textures and get ourselves the Earth clouds here. I know this is not Earth, but it doesn't matter. So back to this page here, we can also download the Earth clouds. So that is amazing. So we just download the Earth clouds and slap them in here. You can plug the clouds into our opacity, and you'll see it will actually make clouds here if we can power 0. This is before, and you can see the clouds coming, and you can barely see them, but you'll be able to see them better when we actually shine like the sun, quotation mark sun on there. So the Earth clouds here, we also want to do the same color correction. We also want to do the same. I don't know if I just changed it there. Color correction. I want to plug this into the texture as well, and saturation all the way down to 0, and the same thing. So a mix text, this into amount 1. Sorry, and the out text. What is going on? I'm hitting the microphone. I don't know if you can hear it. So mixed text here, we want to plug this also into our bump, and that is actually it. So we can see them clouds better. So here we see a pretty good batch of clouds. Let's just tone down the displacement, not the displacement, the bump. Give it a little bit, tiny tad of bump. There we go. So we have our clouds, we have our planet, and now we want to make it look realistic with our atmosphere. That is what it gives it that final good look. So I want to add a light here that is going to be our sun. So the power here, I want to turn that down to 0 on the world property, so it's black, it's dark. And we want to get a light area, come down to its properties, hit use nodes, make this a black body emission, and hit up surface brightness. And you want to also click on it again, change the size here, make it big, not that big, but make it big. So we also want to but make it focus on our ball, on our planet. So we click on the object constraint properties. So here add a damped track, add this to our planet, and we want to put this to -Z. Okay, now we're ready and we can move our area light. So just want to move it. Let's actually look into the rendered mode. Up a bit. That's actually looking good. So maybe a little bit more over there. A little bit more. That is good. Yeah, that's good. Maybe you make this a little bit smaller. Yes, yes, that's perfect. Okay. What we now want to do is just bump up that power a tiny bit more, like 120. Okay, that's good. Okay. Go. Okay, perfect. So when you have a lighting setup that looks similar to this, we can start by adding the atmosphere, which is just another copy of the planet. So what I want to do is I want to go to the clouds, because that's the outest layer right now. Shift D, right click, then we can come back to our object properties and just make this a little bit bigger again. So this is 0.5, so we can go to 1 here. So a little bigger now. You can actually see the clouds better now. But anyways, you want to change this to yeah, we want to make a new material. So the outer layer here is the outer layer. We want to call this atmosphere. So we can go ahead and delete all these and get a fall off texture. That is everything we're going to need. Fall off texture. So fall off texture, get that, and a RGB spectrum. We don't need any textures for this. It's really easy. So just get a fall off texture. Plug this one into the opacity. And you'll already see it will add an atmosphere which looks pretty darn good. But we still want to play around with this. And we also want to set the kernel type here from direct lighting to path trace. Almost forgot that. It just makes it look better. So now when we're done with that, we can plug in our RGB spectrum. And this kind of looks like a planet that wouldn't really have atmosphere, but we're giving it one. And what color of an atmosphere would fit this planet? I think it's just like a muddy green. So we want to go to green here and just make this like really dark. Just like that. And then we want to also here play with this, the normal, the grazing, yeah, and the false skew factor. So grazing, that is how thick your atmosphere is. How much is shown, basically. That's it. So normal is going to be how dense, how thick it is around, how dense it is around the planet. So tone this back, and you see this would be a really thick atmosphere. We don't want that. So turn that up a little bit, and turn the grazing down so it's not that much. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, we might want to make this actually a little bit more blue. Yes, that was looking good. Play around the light a bit more. This is a really quick tutorial. It's really easy as well. So that is, I would say that's it. That's literally it. That's how easy it is to create in Octane. To create just a planet. Just made a planet in like 10 minutes or something. I don't know if it's actually 10 minutes, but I think it's 10 minutes. I can't look at the time right now. I didn't set a timer. So right here, we want to add more. We want to add some stars. So stars, I also have that in this pack right here, star field. So we want to go over to our world properties here, and the daylight, move that, and add a texture environment. Click on this little yellow button there, image text, open, and then you want to hit up that folder. So let's see, it is in, should be down here, Blender Octane 15, there it is. So part 15 here, we want to get a star field. This is going to be in the folder down below. So open image. You'll see it'll be really big. So we can modify this by going up here where it says object in this shader editor and go to world. So this is our world. Get rid of that. That's a cycles node. Let's just change this to Octane real quick. And boom, there we go. So we want to make some space here and add a full transform to this star field. I want to scale it down first. Not that much. So scale it down. And you will see these ugly lines. That is because I made this texture and I couldn't really get it to be seamless. I don't know why. It's a star field, so I thought of it being kind of seamless. Because it's just random dots, but you can actually see a defined line, which is really annoying. So this scale seems to be good. We can see one line there and one line here. So I'm just going to shift it over a bit. Do that with the rotation here. It's a wrong rotation. Also the wrong rotation. So last one. Do that really, really, really slow. And it's also the wrong translation. Actually, why can't I find it? This is not. Wait, maybe it's translation. I'm dumb. Yeah, it's translation. I'm dumb. Sorry. So the first translation here, the x coordinate on the translation, we can change. There we go. So this gives us some stars. That's looking pretty good. So what we can now do to make those stars not this bright is also just go to this power and tone that down, because you wouldn't see stars that defined in space like this. So we want to tone them back a bit, because stars have, each one of them is brighter and other ones might be not that bright. So we can see that right here. This one might not be that bright, or it's just really far away. There's one tiny one right here. I don't know if you can see that with the video compression, but you get what I mean. So I think this is looking good. So the last thing we want to do is we want to go to our camera here and just quickly check our Octane post-processing and give it a bloom of 25. That's what I do. So bloom of 25 seems to be good. And that is a really nice looking planet. You could also now go ahead and like add a spaceship in or something, or a space station that is orbiting this, or a satellite, which would be also really cool. And yeah, I might actually do one of those where I add a satellite or something. Okay, this is it. It was really fast. And again, sorry for the long upload time where I didn't upload. It's like almost a week. But anyways, here's this video. I hope you learned something from this and can use some of the techniques I've used. And I hope you had a great time, and have a great day, and also stay creative. Goodbye.